So we talked about quiet quitting. Remember the days of quiet quitting. So now job hugging is replacing job hopping because workers they're choosing stability. Back to your opening, on the rebalancing there, they're choosing stability. But this is where, over 60% of workers intend to stay put. And yet over 30%, a third believe that they could be forced out in the next 6 months. Some of that is AI. A lot of that is economic uncertainty. But when you bring them together, they are macro forces that are impacting worker confidence. So that's the first takeaway that addresses the question you asked me.
So, so thinking, but that's also why organizations think that the power has shifted, right? Because when we talked about kind of the post-COVID quitting and a lot of what was going on, we all remembered life was short, right? And every day we go to work is a day of our life we trade better be worth it. And we started making decisions. And then people took over power. And you see that in a lot of how the changes got implemented in terms of flexibility and autonomy and all sorts of changes. And it's not just knowledge workers. And now suddenly it feels like the power has shifted back because job hugging basically says, please don't fire me.
Yeah, I actually think it's deeper than that. I think that is how it can appear, but I think it's actually humans saying, I choose stability right now. I choose stability. So it's not the employers that are saying you must stay. We're seeing, that lateral is the new vertical in terms of people growing their careers. They're changing titles, but not changing companies. And so I actually think employers are saying, we want you to stay. And employees are saying, okay, for me to stay, this is what I expect. I expect career growth. I expect stability. And so I don't think it's a forced position. I think it's actually a choice. And I appreciate that employers, instead of stopping at the power has shifted, they're actually saying, hey, we actually want the same thing. I want you to stay and you want to stay.